Hi guys, so in this video I will be showing you how I thread my hair. This was a requested video, so you'll get to see that process as well as a bit of an update on the progress of my natural hair. So I start off by taking out the plaits that I've had in my hair, and this is just how I've had my hair braided underneath my wigs for the last few weeks. As I take out each braid, I just separate my hair with my fingers to help with the detangling process. Now when I finish taking out all the plaits, I continue to use my fingers to separate my hair to help detangle further. Then I go in with my wide tooth comb to detangle some more. And I go back in with my fingers to make sure that I haven't missed anything. Now I co-wash my hair for the most part, and when I do, I use the ORS Olive Oil Replenishing Conditioner, and I love this product. I've been using it for many years, and I co-wash as opposed to shampooing because I still get a really good clean when I co-wash. I scrub really well, and it still allows me to retain some moisture in my hair. And also, while I'm in the shower after I've washed my hair 2 or 3 times with the conditioner, I'll use the hair mayonnaise and I'll put this in and then detangle and leave it in while I shower, and then I'll rinse it out. Now when I finish washing my hair, I always use tights to wrap around my hair, and this soaks up the water really well, and as you can see here, the shrinkage is very real. Next I put in my leave-in, and I use the Beautiful Textures Moisture Butter. This product smells so good, and I apply a generous amount. The Jamaican black castor oil, and I also apply a generous amount of this all through my hair. So I use this polyester thread as opposed to cotton thread. Cotton thread will shred your hair for sure. This one is a lot thicker and it almost feels like yarn, but not as thick. So I double the thread and I tie a knot at the end where I cut it. Then I use my hands to section the hair. I prefer my hands to a comb because I feel like I've got more control over it. And I go for medium section because I don't want it too big, because I will be wearing a wig at a later point, but I don't have the time to do it too small. And I also go back in with the castor oil, put it on my fingertips, and just run it through the hair or the section that I will be doing. Then I go in with my wide tooth comb again, and I detangle my hair one last time before I start threading it. Now to begin the threading process, you start off by getting the thread and securing it at the base of your head and twisting it a few times around itself so it's secure. Then you start to move down the length of your hair. As you twist, you move down a little bit more, and you can see that it's creating a bit of a pattern. And when you get to the end, you get the thread and loop it around itself and pull it through the little gap that it creates. And I usually do this about 2 or 3 times, and then it's secure. And yes, there is a lot of product on the hair, but it will dry clear. So let me show you again on this next section. Wrap the thread around itself at the base so it's secure. Then you continue to wrap the thread around the rest of your hair, and as you wrap each time, slide your hand down a little bit so you're making progress until you finish the entire length of your hair. Now when you get to the end of the hair, you wrap the thread around itself and use 3 fingers to create a gap. Now once you've created this gap, the thread that is hanging, you pull it through that gap and pull it through tight, and that will secure the end, and I do this 2 to 3 times. This is what it looks like so far. And once it's all done, this is the final result. And as you can see, this allows you to see the true length of your hair stretched out. So then I just cut off the excess thread that is hanging. And it's all done. As you can see, the hair is still very flexible. I can bend it so it'll be easy to put a wig on. And I'll usually do this in the morning and on a day when I'm not going anywhere, so it has the whole day to dry. And here's what it looks like up close. It's beautiful, it's shiny, it's healthy. This is definitely a good way to stretch your hair and just protect your hair whilst you're wearing wigs. If you don't want to cornrow or braid your hair, it's a really good method. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.